Alright guys, it's Stephen here on BlueMoonRisingTV and we are previewing the Steaua Bucharest game. We are 5-0 up from the first leg in the Champions League qualifier and we've got to finish the job back at the Etihad. Paul's on holiday again, he's off gallivanting around space. I've gone old school once more. I've got the whiteboard out and I've got a few talking points I want to go through. It's easy to be very kind of optimistic here, and we should be in general. We are pretty much through, but there is still a tiny element of doubt. Guardiola was probably being polite, but he said during the press conference today that it's not a game over yet, it isn't finished. Who knows, we could, and this is his own words, we could get a red card in the first 10 minutes, then concede a penalty, then get another red card a few minutes later, and it could fall apart. There is always a small possibility of something like that happening, and it would be typical City, let's be honest. But I think it's safe to say, given 5 away goals, given we're back at the Etihad, given the fact that we're obviously clearly better than them, that this should be alright. We should just about scrape through. We should be comfortable, to be honest. But yeah, it's interesting, and there is a few talking points from it, and I'm going to start with a man on everyone's lips at the moment, and that's Joe Hart. Now, we've obviously all seen the rumours about his future. We've seen all the speculation, but it's been a mixed day for him. There's been some good news at the same time. There's been some bad news, but I'll start with the good news first for Joe Hart at least. Pep has offered him a lifeline potential. He said during the press conference that Joe is in line to play. He could get a chance to play, and he also said the same about Yaya Toure. Now, I'm not too sure how much there is in this. If he's being serious, if it's just one of those things where it's lip service. He said Joe is training well. He has an excellent relationship with him. I'm not sure if he's aware of the kind of tentative situation with City fans, because obviously it means quite a lot to all of us, really. And I wonder if he's just kind of treading on eggshells a little bit and trying to kind of play it cool and not rule him out. I don't know. I hope he's telling the truth. I would love to see Joe Hart get a chance. I think I understand the reasons for him potentially leaving. I understand why Pep probably wants a new keeper. I get all that stuff, but it would be nice, I guess, as a City fan, as a Joe Hart fan, to see him at least get a chance to, maybe say goodbye if he is going to leave. It'd be nice, in just emotionally, because obviously he's had such a big part of the last few years for us, and I can't get used to the idea of not being around. I accept it, I understand it, but I can't pretend that it won't hurt a little bit. So the idea of Hart getting a chance, I'm all for that if he wants to, but at the same time, I also see the logic in the idea of Caballero starting, because he's kind of just building, he's picking the players that he feels are best suited for the situation. The bad news for Joe Hart, he did mention Claudio Bravo. He said he's no point denying it there, but he's not going to mention that until it's a done deal. And the rumours are that Bravo was spotted getting on a plane to Manchester today and he was flying over, so that's a matter of time now. There's some rumours that that'll be done by Thursday. I can't imagine they'll announce it tomorrow, given the game. You never know, they might do, but I suspect that's just a matter of time now. So, Yaya as well, can we see him play? Fingers crossed, he can do enough to earn a place in the squad. He's another one that Pep said he needs to work a little bit harder, he needs to run a little bit more, and then he'll be involved. But given the fact that we've done the job over in Bucharest, then maybe this is the chance. And that's the second point I want to talk about. Rotation. I think it's fair to say we're going to see a few different faces playing tomorrow. Pep himself said that, in general, he likes to play with a shorter squad. He said have 3 or 4 players who can play in different roles and kind of operate with a smaller, compact squad in general. But he says this isn't possible in the Premier League because of the higher intensity and the nature. It's more physical. And he also we've got a lot of players with long contracts, so I'm going to guess it's hard to shift some of the players in general. But yeah, I think we're going to expect to see a few changes tomorrow. Yaya could be one of them. Hart could be one of them. There's no Bakary Sagna. There's probably no Nasri, no Denaya. Zinchenko's been spotted off in Russia. Don't know what he's doing there, but I do expect a few changes. I think it's fair to say the players looked a little bit tired towards the end of the Stoke game. They played really well that day, but they've had 3 games in 7 days, and it's going to take the toll at some point. So maybe the likes of Fernando, Delph, Clichy might get his first start of the season. Hart might come in, possibly. We might see someone like Kelechi start, maybe a few of the young lads, which I'll get onto in a bit as well. But I'm suspecting to see a few changes there, and I think it makes sense. And the third point, which is one you'll probably all be most interested in, is Leroy Sané. Could he actually make his debut? That's the rumours going around at the moment, and he was looking very sharp in training today. It was an open training session, so all the press were there watching it, and they said he was good. He was vibrant, he was lively, and apparently he's got an outside chance of being involved. That'd be exciting. That would be Very excited to see the youngster finally make his debut because we've got a lot of expectation about him. We're all very excited. And he's obviously been a little bit delayed. But given the fact that we're 5-0 up from the first leg, given the fact that there's very little pressure there, maybe a 15-20 minute cameo from the bench, or maybe even starting. I don't think he'll start, but maybe a run out from the bench would be what he needs. And given his low pressure, very little kind of circumstance in this game, it makes sense, in my opinion, to possibly give him a go. Now, he also did mention Ilkay Gundogan and Vincent Kompany, and they are apparently back in 10 days. That's very soon. That's back for the derby. So the idea of Gundogan, Sane, Kompany, all be back very soon. Well, things seems to be pretty bright at the moment. So I cannot complain there. I would love to see Sane involved tomorrow, though. The 4-point youth, will any of them get a chance tomorrow? It's possible, given the fact we are making changes, given the fact that Sanya as well isn't available at the moment. He will only be back until the derby. Maffeo could continue on the bench again. He could maybe make his debut this season. Angelina could be involved potentially. Tosinado Rabayo, Alex Garcia. All these were involved quite heavily in pre-season, and this could be a good game to maybe have one or two on the bench, or even one or two in the starting lineup. I would love to see it. I would love to see, personally, Maffeo given a go, Angelino as well. I think these players deserved it for their performances in pre-season, so that would suit me down to a T. And on the final point, Raheem Sterling. I just wanted to make one last point about this, because I was really impressed with Pep during the press conference. He came out and said how he's defending him quite staunchly. He said the fans of the other teams have been booing him because they know he's a good player. And he said that he's shown a strong mentality and showed that he's willing to work and learn. And I really like it because he's obviously seen a player that was showing confidence there, one that needed an arm around him, and he's made it one of his priorities to do that. I think we're all seeing the rewards so far because Sterling looks like a man reborn. He looks confident, he looks bright, technical, pacey, skillful. He looks like the player that we signed. And it's very, very encouraging because he seems to have a new lease of life at the moment, and who knows what the sky is, what the limit is for him. He could go, he could be excellent, he could be one of our best players this season, and all signs seem to point towards him having a very, very good year, and hopefully it'll carry on. That is the effect that we wanted when we appointed Guardiola. But Blues, that's it. There's plenty more to talk about. I'm sure you'll all get in the comments below and discuss it. If you haven't already as well, subscribe, get doing that so you get updates, and every single time we put a video out, drop a like on the video, get in the comments below, and we'll see you tomorrow.